What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. So we're working on a Civic again. The Accord's all covered up, guys. I got a car cover for it, so you know I don't get it all nasty. But I'm liking it. It looks pretty good. It's not the nicest car cover. It's pretty much the cheapest one you could get, but yeah, I'm happy. It covers it good, the size I got anyway. So I made sure I washed it and then I threw this on. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too dusty this season. I'd like to still get it off of the tires and everything. I'll see if I can jack it up. I didn't do it last year, and you know what? It was okay. It didn't flat spot that bad, so should be fine either way. But I'm working on the Civic today. I got a couple of issues I want to address. For one, I got like standing water in the trunk, so that's bad. Something's leaking. I don't know if it's the taillight seals, probably taillight gaskets, and the trunk seal too. I need to get a new trunk seal. It's all torn up. I'm gonna try to find one in good shape at the junkyard, but I'm not sure. The trunk's also kind of lifted, like at the top, so it's worse on the other side. But basically, I don't know if you can see it. It's like lifted. It's higher than the actual quarter panel. I don't know if it's. I don't know why, because I can push it down into alignment pretty easily. So I'm not really sure if that's like a, I don't really know if it's bent or what. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I want to probably get in the trunk and have somebody hose me down and, you know, see where the water's coming in. So I gotta try to do that, but I think I'll save that for now. I'm just going to work on the under hood stuff. So I got this kit to fix. Oh, maybe I should do that. I got this kit to fix the hood prop right here, hood popper, because I can't pull it with my fingers. So they make a kit that you put on here, and it's supposed to use a set screw and tighten on there. And I think I gotta cut the plastic off of here first, because it won't fit, and then get it on there. So we'll see if I can get that plastic off of there, and then I'll try to get that that piece on. So look at this. I was able to install it, and it works. I'm sure you heard the hood pop. The cable's a little sticky, but this has two set screws that go in the side of it. I think I showed you this thing before, but two set screws go in it, and you can pull this thing, and it's on there really good. You have to kind of chisel all the old plastic off to get it to go over, and then you put the two Allen set screws in there, and this thing's nice. I know it's not going to break, so even if your cable is binding a little bit, this is definitely the right choice to fix that. So now I don't have to worry about vice grips on there, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's a nice fix. Why would you put a new cable in there if you could just do that for $8? So definitely happy with that. And this panel held on pretty good. You gotta just basically pull the front off, and you can do it with the front piece pulled off. You just yank on it from up here. Yeah, so nice. Now the trunk, or the hood is popped, so I'm happy about that. Alright. We are looking pretty dry, guys, since I fixed that oil leak. I doused it all down at work. I put quite a few miles on it since then, and man, it looks dry over here. Wow. I think that was definitely it. I'm excited. I still haven't looked at the back of the engine. Let me get a light in here. Let's see. Oh my god, yeah. So much drier. It was soaked, guys, so that was definitely a big oil leak there. Was that guy? So I don't know if I got any more leaks, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. I know that was a huge leak there, so a lot cleaner after doing the VTEC gaskets there. Wow. So good to know. That is probably a common issue on this. So that's looking really good. And I think I have a timing cover leak over on this side. I have to look into that. But I know that VTEC gasket was getting everywhere, so that is good that that's fixed. I think I still have some leaks on the back of the engine here, and possibly axle seals and stuff. I want to do my transmission fluid. So I got a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I'm just trying to, you know, not bite off more than I can chew. and just go a little bit at a time. And so far so good. I think we're moving in the right direction. We're cleaning this thing up. So now what I'm gonna try to do is take off the idle air control valve because I think that it's sticking. So basically this thing does this thing to me where if I stall the car, because I suck at driving the stick, which has happened a few times, more so than with the Accord. All right, so let's get real. I've probably put like 15,000 miles on stick cars, maybe less. So I've driven a lot more miles on automatic cars. And not to say that you have to learn how to drive an automatic, but stick shift driving is different and every car is different. So you guys that maybe don't know how to drive stick or you want to convert your car, you know, I would definitely do it. It's really fun. I'm dealing this thing. It doesn't even bug me that this thing's a stick. It's fun. So it's just a fun thing to do. But there's a learning curve with every car. And this car is hard for me to learn. I don't know if there's something wrong with it or if it's because it doesn't make a lot of torque, so it's hard to get off the line, or it's because the clutch has 200,000 miles, or it's just a stock clutch, which I learned on the Accord, which has like a stage 2 or like a slight race clutch grip to it. So the slip window is not a lot. So I kind of hold it at the slip zone and let it slip, but it grabs really good. If I hold this one at the slip zone, the RPMs tack and it just like, and it just burns the clutch. So you kind of gotta lay out of the clutch quick, but then you end up getting kind of jerky. So it's a learning curve for me to learn how to drive this car versus this car. And I feel like anything V8 is just like ridiculously easy to drive. So Hondas are way harder to drive stick shift, in my opinion, smoothly, you know, to make it seem like it's an automatic. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's not that I can't get down the road with it. For the most part, 9 times out of 10, I get a pretty good shift, but occasionally I'll have a rough start or something that just I tack up way too high on a hill or something. And I don't know, maybe I just suck. But I think there's something going on with the car because if I stall it, it won't restart. So I think there's that, and the throttle cable feels really stiff to me, and it kind of leads to, you know, like a jackrabbit start, like where you're just like, vroom, like it cranks. And I just try to take off nice and easy. So it's kind of a pain to do that. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. I don't know what it is, but for sure that there's something wrong with the idle air control. So I think I'm gonna look into trying to clean that. So I'm gonna pull that off the back of the intake and clean that and see if that helps with that stalling problem. Because when it stalls, I cannot get it to restart. I'll crank, and it'll start and then stall. So there's a problem there. I'm not sure if it's the idle air control or what, but we're gonna start there. So I'm gonna pull that guy off. So I got it out. Not much to see, a couple of 12s. I feel like I said 13s and it's totally not. I'm so used to GM vehicles, everything's 13, 15. Hondas are 12, 14, 17, totally different. But anyway, these two coolant lines go to the bottom here. So this thing is got coolant running through it so it doesn't ice up. So you're supposed to take this and clean it. I'm gonna look up a video on how to do that because it looks like there's some nastiness in the screen, and this definitely looks like a gasket that should be replaced here. So I don't know, it's like airways, so it probably is fine, but probably should fix it. And I want to see the other side of this and see if it's gunked up on the back side of this or how this works here. It's like a little motor in here. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of mess around with this a little bit. Idle air control. I don't think I need to go into the coolant side of it, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully you can see it well enough, but I think mine's pretty dirty. You can see all the deposits in there, all the carbon. So based on that, I'm gonna try to clean this with some carb clean. That's what everybody does. Looks like most people leave it in the car. So I might have made more work for myself, but I guess at least I was able to show you guys this. And I'll put it back in, put the clamps back on. Hopefully we don't have any coolant leaks. Should be fine. But yeah, so I'm just gonna, they say these are expensive not to do too much. So, I don't know. You gotta clean it though. So we'll see. Maybe gentle with the rag here, I don't know. All kinds of gunk in there though, so just kinda gonna do what we can. That's pretty nasty. I think I'm gonna try to use something in there. Alright, don't everybody go screaming at me. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Yeah, that is pretty grimy in there. I think this might be an issue, guys. This might have been a problem. I'm not trying to go through the screen, just trying to get everything off the surface here. Got all kinds of stuff all built up crud here. So I'm gonna give this another spray. Yep, you can see all the nice dark looking stuff on the table here. So yeah, I think we did some good. Hopefully we got everything off that we could, and not too much went down inside of it. Carb clean evaporates, so I think we'll be okay. Look at that, that looks a lot cleaner. So hopefully now, you could have used a compressor or something. Almost want to give it one more spray. I think it's okay. We'll hit it again. Alright, I think that's it. Now I like this way because I was able to clean it really good, and I'm cleaning up the other side too. The other side's grimy as well. So we're able to clean this thing pretty well. I like that about taking it all the way off, and now we can take this guy and put him back in and now reinstall it. And we didn't really damage our O-ring, we didn't damage our screen. So I think it's probably the best way to do it. I'm still getting a little bit of stuff out of there, but it's carb clean. It's not gonna hurt anything. I think it'll burn off and be fine, but main thing is we clean that screen off. So yeah, cleaned off our screen, so we're looking a lot better. So hopefully this thing works better. So I'm gonna bolt it back on with this same old gasket, and hopefully don't induce a new vacuum leak because of this. I can feel it. It seems a bit raised. It's only air that it's gotta hold off, so hopefully it's good. I probably should get a new one though. So you can see I gutted the trunk, took all his stuff out. I already had a jack in there, the OE jack. He had an extra jack, tire pump, a couple of tire irons. I'll put back in there what I need to change the spare and probably leave the spare in there. But otherwise, I think I might leave this trunk bare. I might not even put the spare in there. I don't really care. If I get a flat tire, I get a flat tire. I'll sit there forever. So you can see the rot back here. It's pretty bad. That is where there was some previous body work done. It looks like, I know it was hit on that side, so there was all kinds of welds over there. I saw on the inside of the passenger door it was welded, and it was welded here. They used the welder to pull everything out, and they didn't like do anything to the back side, even though it was accessible here and on the inside of the door. There was no measures to like rust proof that. So it's just kind of like quick body work that's gonna rot later in life, which is kind of a bummer. That's just how a lot of cars get fixed, just shady body work. Anyway, we gotta resolve this water in the trunk situation. So I'm probably gonna just mop all this up. I think I found where it's coming in. I was looking around and I was like, maybe it's the taillight seals, but it looks like the taillight gaskets have been replaced. So they look new, so I don't think it's that. I do see water all up here though. I see all kinds of drops up here, which, oh, the car's rolling away. It's e-brake's not on. I see all kinds of drops up here. So I think what's happening is the water's coming in, it's running along this edge right here on this seal, and it's overrunning the seal and getting up here and running onto here and just dripping straight down, which is where I see it. I don't see it up on the sides at all. I see it like in the middle. So I think it's totally just finding the center, and you see this whole area is wet. So it's overrunning this area here because this corner of the trunk is popped up, I think, more than the other side. Remember I was saying, so we gotta figure out how to make the trunk not popped up. I wonder if it's because of this. This looks like it's been, no, it looks the same as the other side. I don't know if this has been tweaked or the trunk is tweaked or something. So I don't know if we can try to bend it in a way that it'll sit better. I'm not sure what I have to do, but I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to pull the trunk down a little bit and make it sit tighter. I guess maybe if I put a washer here under this one, maybe it would tweak it, but the whole thing's gonna sit up higher. I kind of need to sit lower. So I don't know, I gotta think about it, see how I can get it to seal better. I wanna get a new trunk seal because this is torn everywhere. But yeah, I do think it's the trunk seal, but I think it's due to this sitting too high. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know how I fix that. But yeah, this is just the next phase here. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this out, see if I can think of any other little things I wanna do. So I tried to make one little modification, not really that serious, but if you look at the striker here, this is where the latch closes. Basically you can see there's little markings on it, and you can see you've got three lines here with the one in the center, and over here you got 3 lines, and I'm on the bottom, and I also lined up with the bottom over here too. So I moved it down, I mean probably a 1/16 of an inch or something like that. So when you go ahead and shut the trunk now, it definitely latches harder. It pulls the trunk down a bit more. Now I don't know if it's enough because it still seems like it's high over here. You know, you can see we got that gap. So I don't know. I was talking about it with my dad. We were thinking if we pull the rear deck lid here, could possibly use some washers to mount the trunk arm a bit lower over here in this area, and that would possibly bring us down a little bit. So that's definitely an option. Probably our best option at this point to do that. This side's still a little high. So I don't know, possibly on one or both sides. So I was thinking about trying to pull the deck lid now, see if we can pop that off and see if we can get this tucked down, because I'd like to have no water leaks going on in the back here. That would be nice. So I got everything all cleaned in the back. I know you guys had that video I took as like a little time lapse. Just wanted to show you the finished product. I mean, it doesn't look brand new in here, but it looks a lot better. It was really grimy, especially in the corners. It was like all full of just debris, like earthy material, like leaves, pine needles, and all sorts of things that got stuffed in here over 20 something years and having never been taken out and cleaned. You know, that's just how things get. You know, they need some love, need some attention. So overall, I'm happy. Looks good, smells good. Simple green. I'm probably just gonna, you know, put it back together here and put the seat back after this dries. sufficiently, and I'll pull it outside. I did also fluid film the quarter panels. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's gonna stink a little bit in here, but once the smell goes away, you know, it'll just be a nice protective coating from the inside. I mean, they're still gonna rot, but if it slows it down by 6 months, then, you know, it's worth it. So I still gotta try to figure out the trunk situation, but I think I'll save that for another time. I'm gonna check for water in here routinely now that there's nothing in here to collect the moisture, and hopefully it won't get all moldy. I used simple green in here to hopefully kill anything that's was growing, because it definitely was like, there's like some black mold looking stuff around here. If that starts to come back, I'll hit it with some bleach or something, but you know, hopefully I don't become ill. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this video. So basically, I feel like I'm gonna leave it like this. I always do that too. I did it to the Accord, and I'll do it to this. I think the trunk's way more usable gutted like this, and you save weight, and you know, who cares what the trunk looks like. I think there's like a ton of space back here. I guess I'm gonna put the spare back in since it's like a daily, but I'm toying with the idea of leaving the spare out, just because, you know, I like to risk it like that. Like on the Accord, like I don't have a spare in there, so obviously I don't have any a spare that fits it. But I also don't plan to get a flat in that. I don't really plan to get one in here either, so who knows, you know? We'll see. Maybe I'll put it back in just for safety's sake. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and stick around. We'll do more Accord stuff, more Civic stuff, and truck stuff, and bus stuff, and all that stuff. I got a lot of projects going on right now, and a lot of life things going on too, so it's can be overwhelming. I hate that I don't post enough, because I really want to, but sometimes I get in my head, and I end up trying to do other stuff because I think that I have like impending deadlines in my life, and you know, I just don't dedicate as much time to this. I think once some things work out in my life, I hope that I can dedicate more time to this, and in no matter what form, but I think that it'll be something that I try to stick with. So I'm gonna keep doing it for you guys because I enjoy it, and I want to, you know, pursue it. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not, because it helps grow the channel. We're cranking right now. I don't often talk about channel progress and all that stuff, but I'm really stoked. And if you guys make it to the end of the video here, you're definitely a real one, and I appreciate it. I hope, I don't want to promise anything, but I'd like to try to update the merch and stuff like that soon. Like I said, I'm not good at that, and I don't know. I don't ever pay anybody to do anything. So if that's your thing, you let me know, and I'll pay you to do it. If I have somebody that's legit and reliable, like do designs and stuff like that, totally down. But I just, you know, otherwise, everything's me. So it's a lot of work, but you guys are awesome because you hang in there and watch the videos. So thank you guys, and yeah, stick around. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.